Beterbiev crushed Smith and wants to fight Bivol next. Boxing experts are picking sides, and Beterbiev is pushing hard for the big showdown. He hopes that it will propel him to the top. Beterbiev stated, "Yes, of course I need a fourth belt. It would mean a lot to me. It's the top. It would mean in this category I've done work." Despite Beterbiev's interest in the fight with the WBA champion, Bob Arum said the fight wasn't quite official yet. Arum stated, "It's not done yet," he said in the ring after the fight, "but absolutely we want to do it. I'll be talking to my friend His Excel NC, Saudi advisor Turki Al-Sheikh. I know he wants to do it, but Ramadan is coming. So about 3 months after the end of Ramadan, we'll be ready to fight Dmitry Bivol, probably in Riyadh." Tony Bellew believes that someone should check Beterbiev's gloves for drugs. He stated, "He's a beast and a fighter who's getting stronger as he gets older, which is hard to believe, but he is is as brave as anything a soldier, who went there and gave it everything, faced that monster in his backyard. So frustrated because I want to say more boxing. Obviously we want to see Bivol versus Beterbiev next. It's a great fight, but please show me a fighter who's gotten stronger with age. He's 39 and he's getting more destructive physical. Why? That's not usually possible, but he's doing it great. Sport needs to be looked at like baseball." Bivol has also talked about when and where the potential fight could happen. He stated, "I think that when they signed the contract to fight Lind and Arthur, Saudi Arabia said it wanted to see his future fight with Beterbiev there. He believes it can happen, and he has to win this fight to keep moving forward to his goal of becoming undisputed world champion." Beterbiev isn't happy with Bivol's tactics though, and he thinks that he's not such a good person.
He talk always like this. He last 5 years or 4 years, he tell for everyone like he gonna fight next fight with me. Now he says like I have fight like next 2 weeks, and he says like he already signed with me contract. How can he say sign contract with me because I have another fight?
Okay, so
he's a real boxer, you know.
yeah,
And I know nothing about fight, date, nothing. He already signed. How he that? He's not good at
According to Eddie Hearn, they've already signed for the fight, but he's waiting on Beterbiev at this point. Eddie stated, "They've signed for that fight, and they signed an agreement with His Excellency to fight Lin and Arthur and then to fight Beterbiev, so they're locked in. So it's just down to Beterbiev now. Ideal why, they planned for that fight in April, but with Ramadan, it's very difficult to do that. It's all on Saudi Arabia. They're the people who will make it happen. The good thing about their position in boxing is that it's not two promoters negotiating with each other, so it's not Eddie and Bob Arum trying to do a deal for that fight. His XL comes to Eddie and does a deal with Bivol, and then he has to do a deal with Beterbiev. That's it. So it's actual why good for making fights, because there are no promoters butting heads. He'll do the deal and work the networks out." Bivol was forced into the spotlight following his big victory against Smith, and Teddy Atlas feels he is one of the best boxers in the world today. Atlas stated, "It's always hard to fight a guy who's not trying to win, he's just trying to survive." And Bivol wanted to get a knockout. He's not known as a knockout guy right now, and he hasn't had a knockout for a long time. But for me, he's the third best fighter, pound for pound in the world, behind Terence Crawford and Naoya Inoue. He's a masterclass of the sweet science, Boxing 101. In and out, combinations, defense, offense, counterpunching, getting off first, running numbers on punches. Eddie Hearn didn't seem too confident in Bivol after seeing Beterbiev's last fight though. Eddie stated, "He always backs his guys and he truly believed that Callum Smith would win tonight, and he truly believed that Bivol would win. But seeing Beterbiev up close, he thinks he's improved a lot. He knows he's getting older, and you hope that he's slowing down, but he's not. Bivol has tremendous movement, but you've got to make a dent. It's very difficult to outbox Beterbiev over 12 rounds. Lyndon Arthur has spared Beterbiev before, but he still believes that Bivol is the better and smarter boxer in this matchup." Lyndon stated, "I was asked a while ago who I thought would win between Bivol and Beterbiev. I always thought that the better boxer would always beat the better fighter. I've spared Beterbiev, and he's not just a brawler. He's not just a strong come-forward fighter. He's got a boxing brain, and he's good at what he does. But I do believe Bivol has got the better boxing ability and would come through if they ever fought." Demetrius Andre thinks that Beterbiev's power is ridiculous and scary.
I'm going with the Beterbiev kid.
The Terminator.
Yeah, well, I don't know what, like he kind of reminds me a little, like he reminds me like of the old Arthur Abraham, I think it was, when just like he didn't do much and then pop, they just drop. Like, God, whatever he got, man, that's scary.
On Sean Porter's show, it looks as though quite a few people are still on Beterbiev's side. They think Beterbiev was great. They think he's a better boxer than people give him credit for. He's not just a knockout artist.
I think Beterbiev is great. I think he's a better boxer than people give him credit for. He's not just a knockout artist. But man, I think Bivol cooks him. I think Bivol absolutely
the whole time I'm
carves
watching.
his up.
Yeah, the whole
I think
time
he stops him. That's my hot
Oh,
take.
I don't got him
I think Bivol
stopping
stops him. Not like he knocks him out. I think the
TKO.
ref stops it, cuts or accumulation.
Dmitry Bivol doing a crazy workout to build strength for the upcoming bout. Shakur Stevenson thinks that Beterbiev will be too much for Bivol, though, and he stated, Beterbiev is a killer for sure, but he'll take Bivol when the fight is close. He's taking all bets. George Groves even thinks that Beterbiev will win, but he believes that Bivol will be more of a challenge than Callum Smith was. George stated, you have to have a really good jab to establish, create, and maintain that distance with Beterbiev. If you don't have that jab that keeps him busy, honest, and at long range, then he will eventually just march you back. Every time Smith had his back on the ropes, he was in severe danger. Bivol is much more comfortable boxing off the ropes, but I think Beterbiev the favorite. Maybe there's a recency bias there. I will probably go with Beterbiev win, but I wouldn't be confident in it. Abel Sanchez, boxing trainer, thinks it's a great matchup, and he stated, great matchup. Both fighters with extensive successful credentials. I think they are being pushed into a fight neither fighter wants, political why, although our sport needs it, the best taking on the best. I believe the outcome will come down to the corner that makes the best adjustments. In my opinion, Beterbiev has the most experienced corner. Mark Ramsey will be able to reach back on experience, will direct and provide the calm instructions to win a tough, very close 12-round fight. Joe Smith Jr., who faced both the fighters, he breaks it down, Beterbiev versus Bivol.
They're both just very accurate, their timing and everything is very well, and they're just great all-around boxers. Both of them are amazing fighters.
If those two were to match up, kind of unify the division, do you lean one way or the other on who would win that fight?
I think it makes for a great fight. I think Bivol has a little bit more, because he punches, he throws more punches. He's a little more busy. He has a little more in and out movement. And Beterbiev, he's very strong and accurate. So you don't know. It could play out. Either person could take that fight home.
Stevens Edwards thinks that Bivol has speed, age, mobility, and combination punching advantages, but that won't be enough to defeat Beterbiev. Stevens stated about a fight between Beterbiev and Dmitry Bivol. It's a classic boxer versus puncher. I think Bivol has tremendous movement with his in and out movement. He throws very sharp, straight punches. He's got a real good jab. If you ask me who I favor Beterbiev to defeat Bivol. I know most of the time the boxer wins this fight, but I like Beterbiev. There are some things that I've seen, I just don't think he can overcome that. Bivol, you have to have a special level of durability to overcome what's going on with Beterbiev. I've watched Bivol in fights where he's had an outclassed opponent, and he won't engage. So there's nothing wrong with that, but you got to secure the win. But something tells me that he won't be able to take the punishment that he needs to take to deal with Beterbiev. So, who wins this epic war dance? Beterbiev's a beast, a non-stop pressure cooker waiting to explode with fists of fury. Bivol's the slick footwork ninja, dodging punches like Neo in The Matrix. It's power versus precision, a clash of styles that could rewrite the boxing playbook.